Hi, Nancy Burt-Preece here, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Here's all my contact information. Today I am using an older technique, but it's just a fun one. I'm using a piece of vellum, which I cut with the perennial postage stamp dies, which will carry over, which is great news. But this summer splash color, which is gorgeous, is not carrying over. So if you want it, get it now. I have 2 white pieces at 3 3/4 by 5. And I cut another little postage piece. And I am using the beautiful Motifs stamp set, which is just really pretty. So I have that for I'm using a different saying on that one. I colored some iridescent pearls. I may not need them depending on my sentiment. I might. I am cutting out the beautiful Motifs dies. This is out of Summer Splash, and I made it a sticker. So I'll show you how I'm doing that after. I am using blends. Oops, I got all sorts of stuff here. I am using Misty Moonlight, 1 light Summer Splash, and I am using the light shaded spruce. I'll talk you through what I do with everything, and then I'll do this part. When I am adhering this, I had showed this on another video. You put a pool of some green glue and you just get that kind of dried, so you don't want it to get dry, but put your sponge dauber in there and go on the back and tack it. And, you know, it might come up a little bit on the edges, but it's pretty much down. So it just is a fun background. I scribbled a little more there than I would. If I'm going to do it again, I'll show you how I'm going to do it this second time. So that's how you adhere it. Remember, you let that dry and that just peels off. Let me show when you make it a sticker, you use the adhesive sheet and the cardstock and you run your die through. And the great news is when you start taking this off, peeling it off, a lot of the little parts will come right off with the adhesive sheet. Some don't, but most of them do. So that is just a fun little just adds a little bit of something to it. Because you're going to see this is going to need to dry. I will show you the finished card, but I will not make one on camera because it takes a while for this to dry. Not long. Now I'm using these blends. I have a water painter. There's nothing in it because I'm using some alcohol in a cup. I have Wink Stella, and in here is 91% alcohol. You need 91% or more. It just dries quicker. You can see I'm going to do it on scrap because it gets messy. So this time when I'm doing it, I'm doing more circles. I think I'll be happier with more circles than lines. I don't know why I was doing lines last time, but I didn't like the way they looked. Circles just look better to me. Is there a rhyme or reason to this? There is not. Every time I do it a little bit different. Excuse me. I'm doing it at a class this weekend, and I told everybody, make sure you're going to get messy, which is great. A friend of mine, Deb, had encouraged me to get messy, and I didn't always like it, and now I'm like, hey, if you have ink on your fingers and you've had a good day, then there is no rhyme. I'm just filling it up. Depends if you want more blue, you want less blue. It's all relative. Is there a right or wrong on this vellum? I don't think so, but I don't really know. I'm going to come back. I really want more of this summer splash on there. I really like that color. And if they blend a little bit into each other, that's a good thing. Now, last time I went really close to the edge. I would do that. I just would make it more circular. I would not make it so that it is a squiggly line because I didn't like the way that looked. Okay, so that is what I've got. Every time I do it, it is different. Now, I'm going to take my 91% alcohol and I'm going to spritz. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. Now I'm going to take, you can see it's already starting to make the color move, which is what you want. And I'm going to come with my painter. There's nothing in here. I'm just dipping it in some more alcohol. And I'm going in each one of those splotches, I guess is the word. And I am putting a little bit more. I saw Patty Bennett do this maybe 3 years ago. And I bring it out every once in a while because it's just fun. And people sometimes get vellum and they don't know what to do with it. And there's so much you can do with vellum. I'm moving that off so I don't spill it. Now, when you come to my class, I will have lots of paper towels because sometimes that happens. If it pools on the edge, you just wipe it off. And remember, it doesn't look the same every time. That's what's so fun about this technique. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is my Wink of Stella. Oops. There we go. Make sure it's working. Okay, and I'm just lightly going to put a little bit. I have trouble. She did drops, and if you want to be bold and try drops, do it. I like it with I'm using the cap to just kind of put a few dots on there, because if you try to drop on it, sometimes it just looks icky as far as I'm concerned. Now, I'm going to ask you, if you come to my class, only to use the Summer Splash, because that one's going away. And I'm going to come back and do the same thing. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Can you see? You can see it splash all over the place. It doesn't go exactly where you think it's going to. And then I will get another paper towel. And I'm going to kind of push it down just lightly. Could you put something on it? Yes. I will bring, in case we decide we need it, I will bring my heat gun, because you could heat it if you really wanted to. But I'm going to encourage people to make this and let it sit. And then all you do is adhere it, stamp a greeting, stamp the inside, and peel off a sticker, and your card is done. It's just such a great card, and it's so easy to make. So I hope you like this alcohol blends technique, and I hope you give it a try. Have a great day.